Welcome to Brain's World. On this episode, we're going to get the body ready to separate from the chassis. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to help support what we're doing here for you.
Hey guys, so we're going to go ahead and first we're going to take off the doors, but we're going to do one door at a time because it is a convertible. The floor pans aren't so great and the rockers aren't so great. I'm just worried about a little bit of flex. So we're going to take one door off. We're going to support it with some braces. All right, so I got a screwdriver, a pair of pliers, or needle nose pliers. We got this little pin right here. I don't know if you can see it or not. We're going to get that clip off of there. All right, little clip. Don't want to lose that. I'm going to get that pin out. All right, so I've got a tab. I'm using liquid wrench. Alright, we got it out. A little pin right there. Keep these guys together right there. I'm going to get a little bag that's out of the way. Okay, so this one's a little tight. So what I'm going to do is use this to leverage. So these other bolts are getting stripped. What we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and heat it up with a torch. And you want to get them red hot. Okay, and with the correct bit, now we're going to go ahead and get them out. And as you can see, that came out. In fact, I'm going to probably grab my gloves, so I've got my safety gloves on. I'm going to heat up that other one. I'm changing that rubber out anyway. Okay, push hard. Alright, she came out. I'm going to go put this one in a little bit, maybe. Alright, so now I'm going to get the other ones out. There's two more on the bottom. I do have a fire extinguisher ready, just in case. Okay, comes out. That's how you can get out stubborn bolts. Alright, we got one more to go. Alright, so I'll have to get that out another way. I mean, it's partially out. Alright, we gotta find something to get that out with. Alright, so I've got a screw extractor kit. So we're gonna try to take it out with that. Sucker doesn't want to come out. Trying to drill the head off of it. This giant drill bit. It broke off. I'm probably going to put new bolts on this. Alright, I made these plates up. So these are one going on there like that. Now why? Well, because we're going to weld a piece of steel going across. We're also going to put another one on this side, so I'm going to get the door latch receiver. I'm going to get that off as well.
Gotta trim just a tiny, tiny bit off of this. This just mostly bent it down. I'll just try to grind her off. See that it bent it when I heated it up, but instead of just all right, it should fit now. All right, now as you can see, I'm gonna run a piece of steel all the way across that way. And then I'm gonna go one on diagonal as well. And then we're gonna do the other side. First we're doing this side. That way we don't have to worry about any flex when we open the other door. Because like I said earlier, the rocker panels are kind of weak on this particular car. So that's our next step. All right, guys, so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna measure the distance between these 2 points. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut this piece of steel and then weld it in place to support the door. Digital tape. This way it's more accurate. Centimeters. Here we go. That way I can get it really accurate. There we go. So it says it's 97.5 centimeters. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and unlock this here. And what I want to do is put this at the edge of this. Marker there. Hold this in place. I'm gonna probably sand those edges down a little bit all the way around, and also right here, so that way I've got a surface where there's nothing on there, and just pure metal at that point. Okay, so that's gonna be my next step. It's all sanded down. Now, the one thing that I didn't do, which I should have done, is wore air protection. That is my bad, and I usually wear protection, but I did not do it. On my next cut, I'm definitely going to do that. All right, so next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting the piece of steel that we just cut into place. I know it's snug, so if I lift this area up just a tiny bit, I should be able to put that bar in there, so it'll be nice and snug. I put a block of wood on there also, that way it spreads out the weight a little bit. Again, I'm just taking a tiny bit of tension off, and then should be able to get this in place. Now I'm going to go get my level, because I want to make sure that this bar is on their level. And it's not. Well, you know what? It's also possible the car's not level. I bet the car's not level. Well, yeah, actually it is level. Okay. All right, so that's pretty level right there. So next thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and lower this down. All right, we're gonna get the welder ready now. So I always turn off the gas when I put my welder away. So I'm gonna go turn the gas on now. I've got my safety gloves for welding. All right, and just in case you're wondering, I'm using the Eastwood MIG 180. I like it because if you're doing tack welding, it's got a timer on there, so your welds are just your tacks are perfect every time. They're nice and uniform. So I'm gonna go turn her on. Next, I've got my welding helmet. And you want to test it. I mean, this one's got a test in there, so I just push it. Do a test. All right, and there's a reason why you do a test. So, all right, so it looks like I took the batteries out so they didn't run down on my last use. So again, that's why you want to test it. You want to make sure. If you don't and use the welder, you can blind yourself, which is not good. So let me get some batteries out of here. All right, so I did my test. I don't know if you could see that or not. When I do my test, it'll all of a sudden gets dark. Okay. So I'll put my cool hat on and I'm gonna cut this excess off. All right, so first I'm gonna tack it on there and then I'll finish the job after that. I also have a light that I'm gonna use. This way I get a little extra light when I'm welding. It gets pretty dark. My hopes are to help see a little bit better. Okay, so safety glasses, helmets on. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna tack the other side. So I'm gonna go finish the job now. Increase the speed just a little bit. Now, I did get a little bit of weld on one of these screws, so later I'm just going to have to sand that so I can get the screw out. Alright, so now we're going to go do this side. Alright, I got to turn this down a little bit. This is a little uneven over here, so I'm just building it up a little bit. All right, it's not my best work, but it'll hold. All right, so next we're gonna have to do a diagonal cut with a piece of steel. So we're gonna go from here up to here on this next cut, and so another piece of steel. So first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut, maybe I'll do 35. All right, so I'm gonna cut a 35, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna measure the steel on the other end, do a line, and then cut. And there's a 35 right there. Okay, so I'm gonna get a clamp to hold that piece of steel. Well, actually, you know what? I got one right here, so I'll just use this one. This will work good. Probably a lot better. And then I'll grind this down a little bit. So get my 45 angle, my 35, and I think I actually want to go, a little bit more. I think I'm going to do a 30. So we're going to cut this a little bit more. So I went with a 25. All right, so I'm just going to bring it to right about here. I like that. Okay, keep that there. And then I draw my line. All right, so we're gonna cut on the line.
All right, so didn't wear my ear protection again. My ears are ringing. Please wear ear protection. This is a big boo-boo by me. Okay, so let's give this a try, see how this fits. It seems to fit pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna get a couple of clamps. We'll clamp that down. See if this one opened wide enough. I don't think so, but we'll see. Let's see if this one works. Now I'll get the other one, we'll give her a try. I'll just hold that there, and then I'll have to tack that on there. Safety first. Even when you're cutting metal, you gotta have your safety gear on. I did not. So that's on there. Now a little bit of separation right there. All right. Let's see. All right, so I've got that tacked on, and nature's calling, so I'm gonna go take care of business. Remember, anytime you're leaving your gear, you want to turn off your gas. So I'm turning my gas off and turning that off. All right, we'll see you guys a little bit when I'm done with my business. All right, back from the bathroom, guys. What I might do is come back and put a plate on this. It's hot. So I'm gonna let that cool off for a minute. Let's see. Oh, that's hot. Look at that, I just burned myself. Woo! That definitely hurts. Got to get to the first aid kit. I'm going to put some cream on that. Yeah, so I'm got to put a cold pack on it, and I've got burn cream. I'm going to go put on it, but it definitely stings. Stuff gets very hot. Probably should have had long pants on, huh? All right. I'll probably blister up later. Holy cow. That's smart. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and turn off the welder, and we're gonna go ahead and start working on the other side. All right, guys, now we're ready to do the other door for the Ghia. That's the driver's door. And hopefully the screws come out a little easier. We'll see what happens. Holy cow, we're doing good. Oh shit. All right, that one down there I'm gonna heat up. Okay, got to take this pin out, and what do I do with my little light? My little fancy light. Oh, there it is. Let me go grab that. All right, looks like I just got to tap it out.
got. It's not hitting on anything on the other side. It's been in there for like 50 years or so. Well, it does look like it got painted once, so who knows how long. But it's been in there a while. It comes off anyway. All right, it's out of the way. Put this over here. Door hinges. All right. So I'll keep that puppy right there. We got to heat that one up so we can get it out. All right. So, let me get my torch. Okay, let's give her another try. Oh, no more problem. Well, 7 out of 8, that's not too bad. We did much better on this side. All right, so I've got those plates that we used last time that I made up. This one's for the receiver there. Perfect. Well, that one's going to be trouble later. We'll have to deal with that one later. There's always a headache somewhere, huh? All right, so we got that on. All right, so we'll get this one off. So this car was definitely yellow originally, and then someone painted it red, and her name is Red, so I don't know. Looks like we got to cut a little bit off over there. If I flip it over, turn it around, it doesn't help, does it? So, all right, I'm just gonna trim a little bit off of this on that side right there. Be right back. All right, so now we're gonna put this plate on this side. I don't know why this one's giving me trouble. Well, it's in there now. Okay, so next we got to do measurement, and we need to put another bar there. The measurement should be the same as the other side. So we'll measure from here to here, which it's the same, 97.6 centimeters. All right, so we'll cut that and we'll be right back. Okay, so we went ahead and we've cut our piece of steel, and now we're gonna go put it in place. So let's go do that. And I'll get the level. All right, get our welder. Let me go get the power over here. All right, I'm gonna go turn the gas on and we'll welder on. So we're just gonna tap this for now. All right, so I'll go ahead and finish the job.
I'm not going to touch it this time. It got burned last time. So now I'm happy with that so far. And I know from before I did like a 25-degree cut. So I'm going to do, going to get a piece of metal. I'm just going to cut it 25 degrees. And then we'll come back. We'll draw the other line where it needs to get cut. And then we'll cut that. All right. All right, I've got a piece of steel. I've got my ear protection on. So we're going to turn this to 25 degrees. All right, so I've got this at 25 degrees. All right, so cut the mark right there. Now we're going to go ahead and cut that. This is kind of a custom cut. Now this should work. So try these guys here. See if this helps. Tap that there. Boom. Okay, that should work. Gas is on. So I'm going to wind up putting a plate here, just a little plate, because that's not touching for some reason. Finish welding down there, and then we're going to put some cross braces on as well. Going anywhere. So yeah, I'm going to put a plate here. So we'll get that done too. Alright, so I'll get these pieces of steel that I'm putting over across. So I've got it on the edge on this side. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to mark them, we're going to cut them. Okay. So you're saying, well, what are we doing with those? Okay. Well, we don't want this to twist, the frame to twist. So we're going to line up putting one right there, and we're going to move one all the way over to here too. All right? And that's going to keep this thing true and square, so when it comes time to put the doors on, they'll fit. All in theory, but they'll fit. Alright, let me go cut these real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and, well, put these on. I had my headset on to protect my ears. I need other different type of protection to protect my eyes. I don't know if you could see my, here's my burn right here. There's my burn from yesterday. I decided to take a break after the burn, and so you should wear long pants, unlike what I'm doing. That's kind of important when you're welding. So that's my recommendation, even though I'm not wearing long pants. But please do that so that kind of stuff doesn't happen. Ugh. All right, so I went ahead and I made a couple little plates right over here. And that's for this channel that, these two channels that are welded together. And they're gonna go like, it's gonna go on like that. That's gonna give it strength, because as you can see, they're not meeting too good over here. So
what you're going to want to do is first we need to grind this down so it's nice and flat, and then we can go ahead and weld these on, and that's going to give it some strength in that area. So let's go ahead and do that. But first we're going to put on our safety glasses, and I'm going to go ahead and put them at ear protection. We're going to grind it down on both sides. And I've already grinded the edges of these plates. That way you've got really good contact. I mean, it should be fine even if I didn't do that, but I like to do that just to make sure. All right, so next we're going to go ahead and turn the gas back on the welder, and we're going to turn the welder on. So remember, always turn the gas off when you're done. Looking plate right there. So I'm going to tack that on. You always want to test your helmet, make sure that it's going to get dark automatically. So I just tested that just in case batteries are dead. You don't want to hurt your eyes. I like mine, so I'm sure you like yours too. So we're going to first tack it on. Looks pretty good. So I'll do the other parts of it now. All right, I'm gonna put one on the other side. I mean, this is a little overkill, but I just want to make sure. All right, so again, I'm gonna tack it on here. All right, this process will be repeated on the other side. So we'll go ahead and get everything moved over there, and we'll get that started. Remember, we're going to turn off our gas. We're going to turn off our equipment before we move any of this. Okay, so what I've got here, we're going to go grind this down, and then I'm going to go ahead and measure for this plate. I'm going to put my safety glasses on, ear protection. We'll grind this down. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and mark this. I'll cut this, and then I'll do the other side of the plate. I'll make them both, and then what we'll do is weld them on there. All right, we've got one cut, and now I'll get the other side cut. All right, so we've got a few welds to do. I gotta weld that on, gotta weld this on. But we're gonna start here first. Turn our gas on, welder on, okay. All right, so I'll tack it here and here, and then I'll try to bend that down is what I'll do. there's a little bit of separation, so I'm kind of doing a build up here with a weld to fill it in. It's not an ideal situation. I think I'm going to do is put a little bit in here on this side of it. Okay, there we go. Whew. It's pretty hot. It's melting the rubber right on there. Don't touch it. All right, next we're going to go ahead and weld this pipe here. So I'll tack it right on that side, and then I'll come around. Here's what I'll do. And this will keep the body from twisting like this. Twist and shout. Come on, baby, now twist and shout. I'm not going to try it for any dancing. I'm not good at it. Unless you guys think I am, leave some comments. Woo! All right, so I believe our next step is lifting up the body off of the chassis. All right, and we're gonna see you next time on Brains World when we do that. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me some comments and notes for things you'd like to see. All right, thank you guys. All right, here's what the finished weld looks like.